From failure to unstoppable. In the bustling city of Crestford, a young man named Rishi dreamed of becoming a successful entrepreneur. He had big ideas, but no one believed in him, not even his closest friends. With his savings, Rishi launched his first startup, a tech solution company that promised innovation. But within 6 months, the company failed, leaving him with nothing but debt and disappointment. His friends started calling him a failure, telling him to give up on his dreams and get a regular job. The words stung, but Rishi refused to let their opinions define him. One day, while walking through the park, Rishi met an old mentor from his college days. The mentor noticed his downcast face and asked what had happened. After hearing Rishi's story, the mentor said, "Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. You only fail if you stop trying." These words struck a chord deep within Rishi's heart. Inspired by his mentor's words, Rishi decided to try again. But this time, he promised himself that he would learn from his mistakes and be smarter in his approach. Instead of rushing, Rishi spent months researching the market, learning about his competitors, and refining his business plan. He understood now that preparation was key to success. His second startup idea was born, a digital platform connecting small businesses with customers through personalized experiences. This time, he built a strong team around him. Despite the improved planning, the journey wasn't easy. Investors were skeptical because of his past failure, and some rejected him outright. But Rishi refused to give up. He took every rejection as a learning opportunity, improving his pitch and polishing his product after every setback. Eventually, his persistence paid off. An angel investor, impressed by Rishi's resilience and improved business model, decided to fund his startup. With the funding secured, Rishi and his team worked tirelessly to bring their platform to life. They faced technical difficulties and long nights, but they kept pushing forward. The platform launched, and at first, it was met with lukewarm response. Users were slow to adopt the service, and doubts crept into Rishi's mind. But Rishi knew success wouldn't happen overnight. He worked on improving user experience and listening to feedback from customers, constantly tweaking the platform. Soon, word of mouth began to spread. Small businesses started seeing real value in the platform, and the user base began to grow rapidly. In just a year, Rishi's platform became a top contender in the market, with businesses flocking to use it for their growth. His company was no longer a small startup, but a thriving enterprise. Rishi's friends, who once doubted him, now admired his success. They couldn't believe how he had turned his failure into such a massive triumph. Despite his newfound success, Rishi remained humble. He knew that failure had been his greatest teacher, and he never forgot the lessons it taught him. His mentor, the old man who had encouraged him to keep going, was invited to the company's grand opening of their new headquarters. Rishi thanked him for those crucial words of wisdom. Rishi's journey became an inspiration to many young entrepreneurs who feared failure. He often spoke at conferences, sharing his story of resilience and perseverance. He emphasized that failure isn't the end, but a stepping stone toward success. His message was simple: those who keep moving forward are the ones who achieve greatness. Over the years, Rishi's company continued to expand, gaining international recognition and partnerships. But he always remembered the tough days that shaped him into who he was. One day, a young entrepreneur approached Rishi, confessing his fear of failing in his own business. Rishi smiled, knowing exactly how the young man felt. Rishi told him the same thing his mentor had told him years ago. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. The young man looked relieved and inspired, ready to face his own journey. Rishi continued to grow, not just in business, but as a leader and a mentor. He dedicated his time to helping others realize that their dreams were achievable, no matter how many failures came along the way. His company's success made headlines, but to Rishi, the real victory was in the journey. The lessons he had learned from failure were worth more than any amount of profit. As his company thrived, Rishi often returned to the park where he met his mentor, finding peace and clarity in the same place that had sparked his transformation. He understood that success wasn't about never failing. It was about how you rise after each fall. Rishi was living proof that persistence could turn any failure into an unstoppable force. No matter how many obstacles came his way, Rishi knew he would never give up again. The setbacks were only part of his path to greater success and growth. Rishi's life had become a living example of resilience, proving that failure isn't final. It's just a stepping stone. He understood that one choice, choosing not to give up, had changed everything. Moral of the story: failure is not the end, but a necessary part of the journey to success. True strength lies in rising each time you fall. One choice, the decision to keep going, can change everything.